Hello YouTube, this is Iriseon, and today I'll be playing a little bit of Grand Theft Auto 4 downloadable content, The Lost and the Damned. I really like this DLC. People say it's pretty short. I haven't reached the end, so I won't be able to give you an objective measure,
Safe travels,
but
man.
so far it's a
Don't have
lot of
problem
fun.
with that, Johnny.
You stick pretty tightly to your bike, which is pretty great, and the people that you meet, the people of your lost club, the motorcycle club, which is sort of like a Hell's Angels, they're much more willing to help you quickly, as long as you call them in the phone on time. I'm doing a mission for Elizabetha, who's in the original Grand Theft Auto 4, and you can call your buddies in and do backup. It's kind of like, sorta, kind of like San Andreas was, if you know what I mean. Calling backup from your gang. But I just didn't get that in time. But when you talk to people on the phone, you don't have to gab a lot in this one. You don't have to take calls from your cousin, if you know what I mean. Only very rarely, very rarely, only twice while I've been playing have I get called up for people to do something. And usually you take the whole gang with you, and all of them have a better appreciation of you and go on their own way. So it's not a big ordeal every time. So like girlfriends were, I mean, you know, you balance, do you want to have the cops called off you, or do you want to go out with this annoying girl? I should note too, if there'll be bad language and obviously violence, this is a Grand Theft Auto 4, or a Grand Theft Auto game, period. So if you're too young to watch this or play this game, sorry, don't be. Just a computer game, but it's pretty violent. Here I am going after police officers, the old cops and robbers routine, so this is some sort of shady business. You know how the deal goes down. The deal gets bad. See, even though this is a downloadable content, it still has a lot of content. I would say, always for me, Grand Theft Auto games have been well worth their money. Same thing for Oblivion and the rest of it. There's controversy where people want there to be controversy about violence, sex, drugs, rock and roll, man, and all that's here. That's all a lot of fun. Sorry, it is. Who could possibly contort themselves to do this huge shooting spree? And yet Johnny does. Yeah, so a lot of you're the vice president of the chapter, the motorcycle club, and the real president has been locked up again. When you first meet him, he's been locked up and coming out of rehab, and now something else went down, something really shady. So now you're president, but you're a contested president. But these missions, these side missions don't have anything to do with that. It's just a lot of fun. It reminds me of the old, I loved in Vice City, that whole truck following you, sort of, or was that San Andreas? One of them was reminiscent of Terminator 2. Yeah, that was definitely San Andreas. Going down to the, you know, the gullies, the reservoirs, whatever those public water reservoirs are, canals. You can be so kind to them. Yes, scripted events. I'm doing some awesome shoot. Don't shoot that guy. Yeah, this stuff is a lot of fun. You don't get to go, like, when your health is down, you don't get to go to Burger Shot and all the rest of it. You don't have to deal with the girlfriends. It's sort of a cut down, stripped down. Like, this is where they put all the motorcycles in Grand Theft Auto. Because Grand Theft Auto 4 seemed to be, it was definitely light on motorcycles. You'd find one here and there, but this seems to be the DLC that's much more focused on all the motorcycles everyone missed and what made Vice City so great, besides other things. Look at all these nice cars. You're not restricted in Lost and the Damned either to a motorcycle. You can get on a car anytime you want. Although you'll find that your motorcycle is most advantageous. You're able to shoot more items off of it. You need it for most of your missions anyway. And the bike that you get on, your Hexer, is very stable. You don't fall off it very easily like Nico does. It's like as if you were playing San Andreas with your bike skill max, since there is no more bike skill in GTA 4 or any of the other extraneous, little more Simsy aspects. You don't even get to, I'm not sure about dwellings, about houses. I think I've read that there are more houses, but so far I've done a pretty good chunk of the game, and I still am at the same clubhouse where you hang out with all the other, you know, Hell's Angels types, the Lost. Nice. And they love giving me pipe bombs. So you have your own arsenal, which I do not know if it crosses over. It may on the 360 version. So I know some stuff crosses over, especially if you buy it from Xbox, but mine was bought from, or buy from Microsoft. My copy was bought from Steam, so they give you the two separate, you know, episodes of Liberty City as a separate entity than Grand Theft Auto 4, which is sad a little bit because it takes so much more room on my hard drive to have two Liberty Cities hanging around, and the stuff is not combined. There's certain stuff that is combinable and not combinable, so that if you play Grand Theft Auto 4, you would have a couple of the new, I believe there's new, definitely radio stations, and some of the old. There might be new TV stations, but I didn't watch much virtual TV, you know, but yeah, you would get that crossover, but the weapons are really cool. You've got an automatic pistol, you've got a banging shotgun that you can just blast off of your bike, double barrel. But right now I have an automatic, so it doesn't matter. But it's devastating. It'll blow up cars, you hit them right, it'll knock people off their bikes. Exactly what you want. I can see why a biker would want a nice wide double shotgun. You know, if you can't aim too finely, if you're going around a corner, bump into this big machine, just hit him with the spread. Alright, and the game is always annoying me, like, play with your friends, pick up your phone, do multiplayer. That's alright. It's fun, I've played it on Xbox 360 before, but it's a little bit old now. It's also very impressive to me that this computer is a AMD 6000, which is a 3 GHz dual core. It's got 3.5 gigs of RAM, 32-bit OS, Vista, and an ATI 4870 graphics card, which is, I believe it's stock 750 megahertz, maybe, and memory clock is 900 megahertz, and this is overclocked to a nice and stable 800 CPU clock, or GPU clock, I'm sorry, and 1000 for the memory clock. And it's doing quite fine with this game. I was looking at the numbers right now. It's usually about, I guess, 20-ish with fraps running, which is not bad at all. There's no true hiccups. I have everything set up just slightly. It's the recommended, which is a little bit above what a normal console is. It's rumored that, you know, that I can't remember the numbers right now, but like the draw distance would be 20 on Xbox 360, terrain detail 11, or is that vehicle density? I don't know. There's three major options right there. Besides all the, you get deeper in the video settings, minutia, but all that has different effect on what, you know. You play up the strengths and weaknesses of your system. I'm just glad that even though I have an aging dual core, it's good enough for a lot of games to have just the clock rate right there. 3 gig is a sweet spot. You know, trying to compete against an Xbox 360 that has, I believe, 3.2 chips is a little interesting. And let alone a PS3 that has, I don't know, 7, 8 cores, whatever that crazy cell chip has.
Plans tend to change when someone gets shot.
They do the banter back and forth on the motorcycles when you're close enough to each other. I always find I just like to speed away, but you get into formation with your motorcycle group when you're with them. These are the things that are so great about Grand Theft Auto. It's the little living city experiment is still there. It's awesome. It has that the same possibilities for emergent gameplay as Minecraft in a way. Although you cannot create as much, this world is there, and you know, you bump into obstacles, the AI bumps into you. People have, I don't know, however many hundreds of phrases that they utter at different events. It's always been a fairly funny game. These the new Grand Theft Auto 4 is a little cruder than it has been in the past, but it was always sort of going towards crudeness. It was always dropping that way anyway. And why not? It is about America, right? You like it, you can get out. It's like I'm about to, or Johnny's about to teach these cheating bikers. as I foolishly try to get in the cover position, which is great about this version of Grand Theft Auto. They've now followed the rest of the world and gotten their own cover system, which works quite well. I don't know about you 360 or PS3 users, but the use of a mouse for headshots, very excellent. Very nice, very nice.
Let's get this over with.
Now, from what I understand, I used to use ENB series. They're graphics drivers released by a Russian individual. I will never remember his name. I'm sorry for even mentioning it. But you can put them in their hooks for DirectX 9 to 10 conversion mostly, and they've centered around the Grand Theft Auto games. They're mostly for NVIDIA cards, though. Trust me, ATI cards will work for a lot of the stuff, but they're developed for NVIDIA cards, basically. But what you can get is a lot of extra effects, and supposedly, if you have the Grand Theft Auto 4 ENB driver in, supposedly you can optimize and streamline yet even more of Grand Theft Auto's pipelining. Because I know, even though I was gushing earlier about how well this computer handles it, and you can see I'm drinking now because you can't get into restaurants. You'll need drinks and vendors and saxophone players to pay, or just save. But yeah, even though this computer isn't the biggest beast, it may be hung up on some of the pipelines. You know, like CPU is not the greatest, but graphics card has a lot more to work before I could even work it to what it needs to be. So I might try to use ENB, and you'd have the added benefit of, I think, sometimes a little bit more stability with DirectX 10. Stability may be too strong a word, but some of the drivers seem to work a little better with it. Deus Ex, now trust me, you can warp these drivers to do whatever you want. Well, a lot of what you'd want. Depth of field, I've used them on Oblivion. They've looked pretty nice. Deus Ex, the first one, didn't work too well for me because of the ATI card. And Grand Theft Auto San Andreas looks, you got a more reflection on the cars and stuff, but a lot of the effects were a little bit too much color contrast and other things. Here, on the Grand Theft Auto 4 versions of ENB drivers, you can make it look real nice. Just look around, you'll find ENB. You'll find videos all over YouTube with it too. And yes, last part about what's so awesome about Lost in the Dam, racing. Racing is actually pretty fun in this because your bike is so beefy. I never really get the feeling of speed from Grand Theft Auto 4 that I get from other games, the older games, but it's still, it has to load so much detailed content here. I'm sure that it would just, it would wreck my rendering here, at least. I don't know about other people's computers, but, so it does what it does. You have a little more difficult steering and turning and vehicle manipulation as a result, but oh well. To compensate for. Here's about the fastest you'll see me go. Ooh. Before we mess up horribly. Thank you, woman, for that expletive. So anyway, this has been Iriseon playing the Lost in the Dam DLC. I highly recommend it. This is just a random video because I've been having fun playing it, and those are some awesome missions. Yeah, so excuse me for rambling all over the place, but I enjoyed it. I hope you did too. Take care.